Greetings, fellow slinging agents in the wild. This is it. Collateral Damage, Episode 12, the finale. But don't fret, we still have our epilogues episode as well as our after action report. And I'll be releasing those two with full video as well. So you're in good hands. But first, let me get our shout out handled. From the one and only Balint Babos, who commented twice saying, "Can't wait for the conclusion," and of course some juicy home scenes. Well, like I just said, you're going to be seeing those pretty soon. Haha. Balint, my brother, you'll be getting both. He also mentioned that your playstyles and your NPCs remain the best available material in the Delta Green RPG online world. That's damn high praise, my friend. Thank you for those kind words. You know, when I hear all you listeners write in, actually, I see what you write in. I can't really hear your keyboards. You have all mentioned in regards to our homebrew scenarios, and with such kindness, how you enjoy the NPCs, the locales, the subject matter, and overall AP. And I'm touched beyond belief. I mean, seriously. And I know as I'm currently penning our next homebrew, Little Treasures, I only hope that the streak continues. After we wrap up Season 15, Collateral Damage, we'll be taking a short break, and then we'll start dropping our disavowed seasons, which should be a little smaller to digest, but pack the same punch you've come to expect from Roll the Heart 20. We've also been recording another season for our fantasy genre, and once the first chapter is finished, I'll be dropping those as well. So we've got some things on the horizon, so stay tuned. We won't let you down. All right, you know what? Let's warm up our dice and top off our glass, or maybe 2 glasses, as this is a long one, as Roll the Heart 20 presents our Delta Green homebrew scenario, Collateral Damage, Episode 12. Enjoy, everybody. Don't everybody speak up at once.
You need to fucking calm down.
I'm trying to.
Hello,
man.
Spider.
So this is probably going to be our season finale this evening.
That's why everyone's quiet.
Yeah.
We're preparing our eulogies, coming up with epitaphs.
Episode 12. You ready to lead in?
Let's do this.
All right,
Yeah,
let's do
get it.
this. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Heart 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted handler, Brian, and with me, my heart slingers of yore.
Don't kill me.
Episode 12 of our Delta Green homebrew scenario, Collateral Damage. So let me give us a little summary from last episode. Actually, kind of just lead into where we're going, basically. At the Potomac Garden Apartments, Agents Coldwell and Rice, along with Detective Barkley, have managed to kill Grizzly, Half-Tank, and Darius Fontenot, the one responsible for the murders of 3 prostitutes as well as Holy Boy and Detective Haynes. But the cost came at a price. Detective Baker lays on the floor dead, and Detective Arello, after seeing the decapitated heads, fled the apartment building, his whereabouts still unknown. With the defeat of the loss, Detective Barkley leaves Baker's body to go find his partner, leaving the two of you alone in the apartment with the bodies and heads. Meanwhile, back at the wharf, Agents Adesso and Kimura have located the residence of Eugene Abernathy, a 3-deck houseboat named the Muse. Slowly making your way aboard, you notice several unusual paintings, all created by Eugene the Wise. Creeping down to the lower living deck, you found a kitchenette, a couch, a table with a phone and a canvas atop that, and at the bow of the cabin, a closed door. With the weapon of each agent drawn and leveled, each called out, "Eugene Abernathy, this is Agent Kimura, the FBI. We have some questions for you. could you please step out? After a moment, you heard the head flush, the doorknob rattle, and the door open. You see standing before you a thin man, about 5'8". He has wire-rimmed glasses that house lenses that would fry an ant on a cloudy day. His fingers have iridescent green and metallic red paint on them, and his greasy black hair is held in place due to a lack of washing, causing the collar of his untucked button-up shirt to look discolored. He stands there looking at the two of you, his fly still down.
Does he have anything in his hands?
No, he does not. His hands are
Okay.
empty.
I tell him, come out slowly. Take a seat at the table.
He slowly starts making his way out of the head. As he's looking at the two of you, both of your weapons, I imagine, are leveled towards him.
Yes.
And he says, You look like you're having a rough day. You know, there's a hidden truth in all of us, and I could help you agents find it if you like.
Sit down. Don't talk. Is there anybody else in the bathroom?
You don't see anybody in the restroom. You just see the toilet. You see a cabinet above the toilet that's closed, and you see a makeshift shower that has a curtain hanging down.
Gotcha.
Are there any more doors like that lead to maybe a lower level? I know you described it, but can you describe it again?
Sure, when you entered the living quarters, the stairwell deposited you with a kitchenette off to the left, a couch off to the right with a round table with a chair at it. There was like a bunk to the starboard bow, and at the very bow, next to the kitchenette, was where the head is at.
Okay. And what's on the table that he is now either going to be sitting at or is sitting at?
The table housed a canvas with some kind of a drawing on it. There are two wells of paint. One is like an iridescent green. On the other is like a metallic red, and a phone facing down.
All right. Am I able to move over there and grab the phone?
You can. Imagine that this living quarters area is probably about 10 feet wide and about 15 feet from bow to stern.
Okay. Well, I'd like to go over and like potentially move the phone away from him so he can't call or signal or something, all the while saying, I've been an admirer of your work for quite some time now.
Really? You know my work? And as he says this, he puts his hand on top of your hand as you're pulling the phone away. My work, you say?
Don't do that. Don't do that. And I'm pushed with the shotgun real close to him. Well, not close that he can grab it, but enough.
He looks
He
at
can grab it.
he looks at you, Odesso, and he's like, "It's okay. It's okay, agents. I understand. But you're familiar with my work." And he looks back up at you each.
Okay. Yeah. And just to clarify, the painting that I saw previously, that was at the Rockefeller Plaza. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Yes, quite a fan. I don't know if you know, but I believe one of your pieces is hanging up in Rockefeller Plaza. You quite moved me when I looked at it.
Yes, it was sold private party to the director there in charge of the auctions.
Well, you have quite a talent for evoking feelings, and that's kind of why we're here to talk to you now.
You know, I can't help but notice that you have a certain disposition about yourself, Agent. I didn't catch your name, Agents. Could you please enlighten me with whom I'm speaking with, please?
I want you to sit down at the table.
I'm
Put
still
both
sitting
hands
down,
on it.
Agent.
Put both hands flat on the table. Just keep them there and don't move.
He's got one hand flat and the other hand flat on top of each's hand, which is flat on top of the phone, which is flat on top of the table.
Got it. Let the agent go. Let him take your phone.
I don't mind doing this, but I don't want you to rush to judgment, Agent. And he
I would
slides
like
his
to-
hand off of your hand each.
I'd like to open up the phone. Ichi will look at the phone, try to open it. Is there a passcode or anything?
There is no passcode. It's
Okay,
readily open.
Okay, I'd like to look at text, see who he has messaged. Specifically, I want to see if the number that Adesso got was from his phone.
The last message sent was to Adesso's phone.
Okay. So I will, to answer his question, I believe you know who at least my friend here is. You sent him a message recently.
Yes, I did.
So you know us.
I do. Yes, you're two certain type individuals that I'm looking for, actually. I believe that we have a lot in common with one another.
I'm sure you do. We're also looking for two individuals. Two individual plates. I believe that you have them. We need the plates.
How close are you to him, Adesso?
I want to be out of arm's reach, so I'm thinking I'm about 4 to 4.5 feet away from him.
Okay.
And I'm picturing he's sitting behind the table, right? He's not sitting on the corner or things like that.
There is no corner to the table. It's a round table. So imagine if the table was round. Adesso, are you to the bow or to the stern?
I'd have the ladder well to my back, so I guess I would be
At the
facing
stern.
towards the bow. Yeah.
Okay.
And I got the shotgun on him. And the way I'm thinking about it right now is he's sitting at the table with his hands flat on the table. And if he were to try to move, I'm thinking I'll be able to pull the trigger before he moves too far.
Will that light us all up and we'll drown on fire?
No, it shouldn't. It'll put him on fire. We'll have enough time to get clear.
But we got to
Unless
get
something going to explode in there.
Yeah, well, this is outside. The oil paint's flammable. Sorry, just kidding. We need to make sure we get those plates. I'm not too worried about that dollar bill, but we need to get those plates. And if we set this thing on fire, we're not going to be able to really search.
Yeah. They would have to be pretty resilient plates to survive a fire, though. But yeah, you're right. It would be better if we would
Metal.
recover them.
Yeah, I mean, well, we need to get them. We have to bring them back. We can't have like police finding the plates at the bottom of this bay or dock.
So imagine he's around opposite of you, Adesso.
Mm-hmm.
And each is right next to him. At that point, he stands up.
Sit down. Sit down, or I'll put you down.
He starts walking towards each, and he says, "We are
I'm
very
going to pull the
similar."
trigger.
Pull the trigger.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot
This
him.
thing
I want to hear what he
goes
said.
off.
Wait a minute. Wait. Okay. Well, how do we want to play this? Because Adesso would be a little bit twitchy, and he starts walking toward each. That would be it. He'd shoot him. That would
Okay.
be the end of it. But if we wanted to go a different direction and actually
back up,
have
little
this
bro.
conversation,
What would Adesso do? What
Adesso would shoot him. He stood up and he told him to sit down, and he doesn't. He starts approaching each. He'd shoot him. That would be it.
roll your damage?
Roll my damage.
Or actually, roll to hit.
Roll to hit. Okay.
If you miss, that's bad aim.
Yeah. I mean, I got my ballistic skill, my firearm skill is under 58. Is there any bonus for? Well, it's under
I had it
58.
trained on him basically.
Yeah,
like,
I was pre-aiming. Is there any bonus on there?
Roll your luck roll to now that you say that you're, because it's one thing to be standing there pointing it at him, but if you're like aiming at him, so yeah, give me a luck roll to see if you're what you're doing with this guy.
Come on, brother.
Come on, you can do this. Don't be a puss.
I got a 16.
All right.
So you were aiming, so give yourself 20% with that.
All right, under 78.
It landed on
I
the
got a
edge.
60.
All
I rolled them
right.
into my cup
Yeah.
and it bounced out of the cup.
So you got a 60.
I got a 60.
Roll your damage.
All right, and what would a 12 gauge be? Is it a D12?
Oh shit.
12 gauge hellfire dragon shit.
Yeah.
Hulkbuster.
+2 fire damage.
Firing non-lethal.
2d10. 2d10.
2d10 on it.
That's close range.
That's 11 points of damage.
You see Eugene crumple to the deck. As he lays on his belly, you see blood begin to pool up beneath him. And you notice something unusual on his back beneath this discolored white shirt. As something along his back begins to undulate and move and tear apart the back of his shirt.
Okay.
We cut back to the Potomac Gardens apartments.
Locker.
Agent Coldwell and Agent Rice alone in Darius Fontenot's apartment. You had a plan, Agent Coldwell. What were you going to do?
Well, the plan is we have to destroy the evidence. So everyone's already evacuating this building. So I would actually like to create some kind of makeshift bomb, maybe like a gas leak inside this apartment.
Okay.
Omega, gather whatever intel you think is necessary. We got to torch this place. We got to go.
What do you want me to get?
Well, we need to get out of this building. So I'll try to get. Where's like the kitchen area? Can I make some kind of explosion out of whatever I have inside this guy's house?
The kitchen is back the way you came, but going the opposite direction of the bedroom. So imagine when you first walked through the front door, it opened onto a living room area. There was a room off to the right, but the kitchen is part of the living room. Like as you'd walk in, you'd see the kitchen, and then you'd see like a bar, and then the living room / dining room, and then off to the right would be the door to the bedroom itself. Does that make sense? Like every other single bedroom apartment we've all at some point have shared.
All right, so Coldwell will make his way towards the kitchen and try to create some homemade bomb to destroy this building.
Okay. So tell me how you're going to go about doing this makeshift bomb.
I'm hoping that this is a gas-operated building, so bust the gas line to like the stove and put a bunch of forks and stuff in the microwave and just set the timer for like 10 minutes and dig on out.
Good call.
Ooh, good call. I like that.
That's impressive, Junior. Okay, Coldwell. So it takes you probably about 7 minutes to do what you want to do. You pull the oven away from the wall, crack the line, throw a bunch of his platinum bullshit, fake ass flatware in a microwave, cook it up for 30 minutes. But it's probably only going to give you about maybe a few minutes before this whole thing goes sideways and it starts sparking. Tell me what you're doing.
All right, Omega, we gotta go. And I'll just lead him out towards the door, and we're gonna try to blend in with the crowd, evacuating the building.
Yeah, there's not very many people evacuating anymore. Most of the people have already left. As soon as they heard the gunshots going off, they scattered like roaches to the wind, just gone. You make your way back down to the parking lot out front where you see the car that brought you here. Aurelio and Barkley are nowhere around, nor is the body of Baker, which is up on the 6th floor still. A few moments later, the building erupts in a fireball from the 6th floor, shattering windows in the adjacent buildings in the courtyard. The building starts to catch fire. Smoke just starts bellowing into the morning DC air.
Hell yeah. Our car's parked still out in the front, though, right?
It's in the parking lot. One of the few cars that are still out there.
Who had the keys? I don't remember.
They're up in the apartment.
They're up in the apartment.
That would be Detective Baker.
Okay, and Baker,
who is
we
up in the
can't find-
apartment.
Ah.
Now, whether or not Barkley has another set, which is highly unlikely, but he is MIA right now, chasing down Aurelio.
All right, Omega, we got to find Baker.
You just blew him up.
Check about a block away.
Yeah.
5
Damn
meters
it.
sped.
Now we got to find a ride.
That's right. Potomac Gardens Apartments was an inside job.
Uber.
So within a few minutes, you start hearing sirens echoing off the adjacent buildings as they start to converge on your location. You going to stick around or you want to blow out of there? What do you want to do?
We should probably blow out there, right, Omega?
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Shoot, we should just have Omega just carjack someone. I mean,
Oh,
give him
that's
like
cool.
a beanie or something.
Actually, what I want Omega to do is to make a luck roll for me.
Here it comes, boys. It's a 10.
10. All this adrenaline pumping through you has actually started to absorb all the impurities that you have put in your body a few hours earlier. You start thinking a little clearer, but you feel really, really super bogged down now. And it hasn't helped with your vision of what you're seeing in the world. You're seeing multiple cold wells. You're seeing the sky turning red and purple, and it feels like the asphalt is just waves of these numerical values as you try to steady yourself. Coldwell,
reach
you
out.
see him reaching out.
Yeah, I reach out to like put my hand on Coldwell's shoulder.
Coldwell, you
Yeah.
see him reaching out to you. No, you don't have to roll for that. He sees you reach and trying to grab some purchase.
You all right, Omega? What's going on?
Boy, I don't know. I'm not feeling so good right now. I just want to lie down. Can we just lie down over here for a little while? Let me just kind of compose myself.
It's gonna have to wait. We got to get out of here. I'm gonna have to boost a car. I'm gonna try to steal a car in the area.
Okay. You got 3 cars to choose from. You got a mid-'80s Pontiac Firebird.
There you go.
Always.
You've got you got a 1982 Toyota 4x,
Damn.
Jeez.
and you got a mid-'80s faded red Daytona.
We'll go with the Firebird.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try to hotwire this thing and get it running.
What are you going to use?
I don't have thief tools on this thing here.
Yeah, don't you just cut the 2 wires and scrape them together and it starts? That's what the show's
Probably
saying.
on one of these old ass fucking cars, you bet.
Yeah.
Hey, Odin, are you trying to get this car started, man? Is that what you're doing? And I'm like, my eyes are like fluttering, kind of heavy.
Definitely. Can you give some assistance on this? Do you know how to hotwire this damn thing?
Oh, yes, he does.
I've got a little bit of background in electronics.
May not be in a Popeyes, but this will work.
Well, let's get this thing fired up.
Do it with a negative 20% there, Rice.
Okay. Boy, this is gonna suck.
Come on, you can do it.
I rolled a 98.
All right.
So really 78.
No, you're
Oh.
missing. Yeah, you're missing it. It's the other way. So it's actually
I know. That's why I'm
112.
Oh yeah, it's
118.
118. No, it's 118 over 40.
Yeah, it loops over. You rolled like a 20.
Make a luck roll, Rice.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1.
Oh,
You
man.
actually break part of the lock cylinder, disabling this car completely. We cut back over to the Muse.
Rack that slide and hit him again.
Hold on a second, you can't do that yet.
Nope.
You used up your turn, Sweet Pea.
Now it's initiative, right?
Well, hold on a second. Let me give you a little bit of a...
Yeah, butter my biscuit for me, GM, handler.
You see Eugene's body begin to convulse and shake as this shirt begins to shred and peel away from his torso. And you see this insect-looking entity approximately 20 inches long, flat and segmented. Its posterior very hard-looking as it detaches these 6 barbed legs from Eugene's back. You see it pull its antennas out from beneath the base of his skull. It begins to chitter as it rises up. And now we will do that initiative you so badly wanted.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, wait. Initiative's
We don't got to
percent.
roll, right? It's just dex.
Yeah, it's the bigger dex number. So.
I have the biggest dex around. baby.
That's right.
I don't know.
Each.
I'm first.
No, I want to know what your number is.
75.
Odesso.
55.
Okay, each. You and I must have a roll off.
All right, let's do it.
D20s.
Of course.
15.
12. Gold doubloon. No, I'm just kidding.
You could do that and make me re-roll my...
Oh, it's fine.
Besides, you don't have one, do you?
No, I don't. I've done everything, and everyone else gets it. I'm always the ugliest girl at the ball.
All right, ugly. This thing rears back. You see these large oval-shaped pools of ebony eyeballing the two of you. 1, 2, 3 for each. 4, 5, 6 for Adesso. Adesso, it leaps towards you to attack.
Uh-oh.
Hey, handler, are we in the midst of a fiery room, by the way?
You see Eugene's corpse is actually on fire. That's probably what caused it to get off. That or the fact that its host body had died.
Okay, I just wanted to make
sure
sure
yet,
that these
yeah.
hellfire rounds aren't setting this whole
No, they're
cabin
not. They're not
ablaze.
duds, but it might have worked better if you had fired it into something more flammable besides a entity that's 70% water. So it's probably taken a little bit longer for all this white phosphorus to really take purchase with this body. But it's coming.
His clothes would probably burn rather than him.
Yeah, and his greasy hippie hair.
Yeah, man.
Get a job, you bum. Get a life, literally.
It strikes you, Adesso, for 3 points of damage as these barbed legs dig into you and hold on to you.
Oh, no. Can I use a gold doubloon to mitigate the hold? Or do I have to go and re-roll the attack?
You could mitigate my attack.
Uh-huh.
You want to
But
do
not the
that
hold?
instead?
Well, I mean, 3
No, actually,
points.
I'll
He's
tell you-
got 12.
What would you rather do? What do you want
I'd
to do?
rather have it on the
burn it
ground
on
where I can
free,
shoot it
dude.
again. That's what I'd rather do.
So you want
But
me to re-roll the attack?
well, the attack could get worse. I have 2 doubloons. Sammy, what do
only-
you think?
It's only 3 points.
Yeah, that's
If
not
it's
a lot of
holding
damage.
you, that means that I can just go and stick my sword thing right in its fucking head, you know? Or, I mean, obviously I
point.
still have to hit, but I could also grab it.
I'm
But-
going to roll something else while it's attached to you, by the way.
Oh, maybe
Okay.
we'll ask for a gold doubloon.
So what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think we're going to go for that gold doubloon. Make you re-roll the attack.
All right, Tone. Hopefully I hit you with this one because I just dropped my die like you did. 26.
Fuck.
Oh,
Gold doubloon!
Now I'm going to re-roll the damage. 5 points of damage.
Ouch. Got worse. All right.
You don't want to waste it.
And now I get to roll for the special. 33.
Oh,
Critical
cool.
failure.
Ah, drops the
Oh.
hold.
No, but it can't use that on you. But it still holds on to you. And it's
Damn.
going to cause damage every time it stays on you.
Ooh.
Cause damage to cause.
Yeah, there we go.
Each.
All right. What does this look like? This thing you said is
Like
not
I said,
very-
imagine like a large,
big.
flat centipede
Yeah.
with antenna off its top, 6 barbed legs, and some kind of a tail that it tried to push into Adesso's abdomen, but was met by some kind of a resistance where it wasn't able to find purchase.
Maybe it stung the back of the shotgun as he moved it, hit him and
Yeah, possibly.
So how is this on Adesso? Like my idea would be to attack it, but obviously if it's wrapped up on Adesso's arm or on his torso, I can't. Can I grab specific things like its tail and see if I can yank it off, or well, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I'll be gentle.
1, 2 for his right flank, 3, 4 for his midsection, 5, 6 for his left flank. It's a 4. It's holding on to his midsection, barbed into his ribs at this
Okay.
point.
What about like the tail, the head, and all that? Is that
Its head is very flush with its body. Unless it was reared up, you really wouldn't see its eyes anymore either. As far as its tail, it's kind of dangling down.
and am I so with this thing on Odessa, does it appear like it's stronger than him, or is he still standing fine? He's just it's like fighting off a fucking cat or something.
Yeah, imagine somebody came at you with 6 blades that are like maybe little picks and kind of stuck into you.
Okay.
And it's kind of stuck on that way. It's looking for a better purchase is what it's looking for.
All right. Well, can I do something like try to grab the tail and then slice at that, or no?
What do you want to do? You want to slice at the tail or you want to try to grab it?
Well, I don't want to slice while it's on a deso, but I want to, but I want to be able to hit it. But now that it's on a deso, I'm going to just take off. Fuck it. We're done. I'm going to text the boys.
Can't take the risk.
I want to, so I'll try to grab it and, I guess yank it off, or because I don't want to risk.
Try to yank it off with one hand or two hands.
Well,
Double.
what I want to do is I don't want to risk hurting a deso with this new jack blade that I have that has not been even tested yet. So I don't want to just like try to attack this thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll try to grab the tail area and like wrench it off of the deso to free him.
If you can grab it, then
I just need to hit, right?
Yeah, you need to try to hit it.
Okay. Is there anything special on this? Is it just a touch, or is it count as like an open hand attack, all that stuff?
It's going to count as an open hand attack, but you're not going to do any damage to it. You just need to grab it first.
Okay. 25 under 50.
So you grab it by the tail. Adesso, feeling this thing start to pierce into your ribs, seeing each grab it by its tail. Are you using one hand or two hands each?
Whatever I need to do to take it off. If I don't need to use two hands, I'll just use the one.
Well, in your next turn,
the idea would be
you're going to try to rip this
and
thing off. Yeah, you're going to try to rip it off. Okay. But if you're using two hands, you can't get to your jack blade.
Right. But can I do this one-handed?
Yeah, you can do one hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Odesso.
Flesh this out for gameplay purposes. Is my shotgun trapped to my chest, or am I still holding it?
When it couldn't pierce you with its tail, it's because you had held the weapon at parade rest,
arm, so to speak,
and and it had struck the stock.
Got it. Okay. So,
but it's basically made the shotgun useless at this point, because if you move it, then it would probably dig in deeper.
Got it. Okay, so I have my pistol. I also got that ghost killer blade. Not that
you
I'm
can
sure
grab
that would
it
be
too.
appropriate.
Push it
yeah, I
off.
could grab it too, but I'd rather stab it. Well, I've got to get it off, or I'm going to keep taking damage, and that's going to be an unsuccessful thing real bad. So I will attempt to grab it in the same way that each had. I mean, it's on my chest, so I'm thinking I'm going to try to grab it and push it or pull it or grab a leg or something and pull it apart so it can't keep gripping onto me.
Make a strength check.
Strength check.
Against my strength check.
Gotcha. Strength is under 60. 24 under 60.
Nice.
15.
Oh,
It remains attached to you.
okay.
And on this turn, you take 2 points of damage and 3 points of strength damage
What's that?
as he begins to get weaker as this thing is pumping whatever kind of chemicals into his body.
Oh, it's through his like 6 little claws, not the tail?
Yeah, that's correct. Because the tail deposits eggs.
Oh,
I love it.
that's not.
Gotcha. So instead of having a 12 strength, I got a 9 strength, correct?
That is correct.
Got it.
Each.
Now that I'm holding its tail with one hand and the jack blade, can I take the blade and just press the button right through it?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Is there any kind of bonus for having it held and all that, or no?
20%.
Oh shit, really? Okay. So that will now be melee weapons. That's okay, so under 73. Fucking 61.
Right on.
All right, roll me some damage.
And that's 1 to 12?
Yeah, what does the jack blade do?
Whatever the katana did.
Oh, 1d12. That's 9.
9 points.
Ouch.
Right through its butt.
Yeah.
The tail falls off.
Right on.
Odesso, feeling weaker as these enzymes are entering your body, things still attached to you, pinning the shotgun to your chest at this point. Tell me what you want to do.
If I Am I close enough? Well, not close enough. Obviously, it's on me. Is there enough room to pull my pistol and, do like a contact shot with it? Or is that two separate moves?
To pull the pistol would be a move in itself because you still have the shotgun that you've been using.
Right. But I could let that go. It's pinned to my chest now.
You could let it go and then pull the weapon.
Pull the pistol and then
that would be the turn.
Okay. So I pull the pistol, that's the turn, because I can't do anything else. At least it doesn't seem like I can. I put the Ghost Killer blade in my waistband. Would that be a faster way to do it? Could I pull that and stab, or is it the same two moves?
It would be the same two moves. Only because you already have a weapon out.
Right.
If you didn't have a weapon out, I'll tell you what though, you could use a gold doubloon to make 2 moves.
Ooh, I like that. Let's do that. I'm going to use a gold doubloon to make 2 moves. One move to pull the pistol, and the second move to contact and shoot it.
Yeah. That's what I like.
I know you like it. You're encouraging these guys to spend
This is
money.
this is the last
My name's
encounter. I'm
Cosmo
hoping.
Terravita. Let me write you a check.
Tone, could you try
What?
Oh, he's already rolling. Never mind.
Well, wait a minute.
Nope.
Nope. Fine. Is there any percentage bonus for being so close?
No.
It's contact. It's point blank range.
Yeah, but it's contact to you too. Do you want to take damage?
Pardon?
You want to take damage?
I don't want to take damage. I'm too weak in the hit points to take damage.
I'll tell you what.
He rolled a doubloon, or he used a doubloon. He should be able to pull his
I'm
gun.
proud of him. I'm proud of him too for spending that. But I'll tell you what, if you want a bonus, you'll run the risk of something if you miss. You want to take the bonus of 20?
Yeah, I'll take the bonus of 20.
I love this gambler.
Hell yeah.
Well, the
All
great
right.
thing is if he misses, he can just say he didn't. So that's great.
Okay, go for it.
All right, now I'll roll. We're ready?
Go
I'm
for it.
rolling.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to do it.
Oh, shit. 82. Wait. My score is normally a 56. Oh, shit. Even with this one, it's a 76. 82, I missed. And this is going to be bad.
Fire off this weapon and disable the shotgun.
Oh, shit.
So not only did you miss the creature, but your round went into the shotgun itself, rendering it useless.
That's some ruthless.
But of course
jam.
I did.
I could see if that was a critical miss, but it wasn't. But so I can't imagine what it would be if it was a critical miss.
I probably would have shot myself.
That's exactly what he would have done.
Would have shot the shotgun and blew everything up.
Might have shot the sheriff.
Yeah.
The deputy.
No, leave that fucking deputy alone.
Shit. All right. Well, that sucks.
It screeches right in your face. Only everybody in this cabin can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And I need for everybody to make a sanity check.
30 under 61. Nope. 30 under 62.
Okami.
79 over 50.
Adesso, you take 1 point of sanity.
Ugh.
Okami, you take 2 points of sanity. We cut back to the Potomac Garden Apartments parking lot. 1 disabled Pontiac. Next.
Heading over towards the Toyota.
Okay.
Omega, get your shit together, man. I know you better. You can do better. Come on. Let's get this thing started. Let's get the hell out of here. Otherwise, we gotta explain why there's dead bodies upstairs. Hobo will try to do some non-lethal slaps, try to wake him up out of it.
Okay.
Kind of snap him into focus.
Make a luck roll.
Big blap him.
18.
18. Your eyes start to center once again, Rice, as you see the multiple Coldwells begin to coalesce into one. And you just hear this diffused murmuring as he's telling you to get your shit together. Let's definitely give this inebriated individual another chance at a car.
Caldwell, the Toyota, is this the one you want me to try now?
Yeah, we need to get it started. We gotta get out of here now.
All right, I'm going to open up that door and I'm going to attempt another. And by the way, I'm using my just electrician skill.
Okay.
That is a 14 under 40.
You work your way through this plastic bezel that's surrounding this column. It basically crumbles apart due to age. See the 2 wires. There is no steering lock on a car this old. You cross them over. The truck starts. You hear a weird noise.
Although you drive, I'm not gonna be able to do this.
I'm pushing Omega out of the driver's area and just in the cab and hopping in and taking off.
Without him? Are you
No,
pushing
with him. I'm pushing him in the cab. Pushing him
That's what
forward.
we're
sounds
starting
like.
it, bitch. I'm out of here.
Let's go. Everybody needs a
So,
scapegoat.
where are you going?
Right now, just out of this area.
Okay.
Shoot, where do we want to go? Out of game. We know that they're going to meet up with Eugene, but we don't know where that is.
You have no idea. In
No,
fact,
we
the
don't.
last correspondence you had with them was that they were going to go to a green box. That's all you
Correct.
know.
And pick up us some party favors.
Yep, that's it.
We just want to leave the crime scene pretty much, and
Okay.
we'll kind of reconnect after we leave this area. We just don't want to be caught. Best case scenario is the explosion killed all of us, is what I'm thinking.
And as you're driving through the streets of DC, you're passing fire trucks, hook and ladders, ambulances, police cars, everybody. And you're just cruising. You're doing the speed limit. You're pulling over to the right as they pass by, basically invisible to everybody that's making their way to the Potomac Gardens apartments. Back on the Muse, each ears ringing from this screeching sound. It's like nothing you've ever heard before. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard multiplied times 10. Just makes your bowels turn to jelly, makes you want to piss out your ass. Friday night.
Fucking
Hey.
yeah, had me some Korean barbecue. Ready to paint the sheets.
What do you
Okay.
want to do?
Is there a way for me to use this blade now on this creature without hurting Adesso?
Not really, because it's still attached to him.
Okay.
Like all you did was cut its tail off.
Yeah.
But it's still attached to him, but there's the remnants of this 12 gauge between it and Adesso, which is probably the only thing that's keeping it from really hooking in. You see Adesso pull out his sidearm, fire point blank, takes out the shotgun completely, and that's probably what pissed this thing off even more.
Okay. What about, I was going to suggest this to Adesso. You said it's armored. Would hand-to-hand strikes be effective on this thing at all? Like just trying to crush it?
Make an observation check.
Okay. 81 under 70. Nope. Or over 70. No.
You notice that its back is heavily armored, but you're not sure how far around it goes.
Okay. So if I attack this thing and hit it, I'm hitting it. But if I miss, is there a chance to hit Adesso? Or would it be automatic to hit Adesso?
No, it wouldn't be automatic. I would say probably a critical failure would probably hit Adesso.
Okay, so I can just try attacking it and not be too concerned about wounding my
Sure,
comrade?
I'd imagine you're a professional with this katana.
Okay,
A katana,
I just
any
wanted to make
katana.
sure.
I mean, a weapon is a weapon, right? It's just a tool. Put a tool in the toolbox.
Yeah, I just, because of the circumstances, it being, I think you said 18 inches long or something, and it's
20.
flat, 20 inches. I was way off, sorry. And it being flat. Well, wait, how long
Well,
is
as
it
a
now?
Frenchman, you should know that 2 inches is the
Yeah.
difference.
Well, that's not even a real number. 18 inches long? Come on.
But 20 is a real fucking number.
Yeah, that's me and 10 of my comrades. So, okay, actually, how long is it now with its tail gone?
14 inches.
Okay, wow, that's a good chunk. All right, so then I'm going to just attack with the jack blade.
Okay. Like up to it and trigger it on, or is it
No,
still?
it's already open.
Okay.
It's already open, so no, I wanted to do that, but you were saying I couldn't walk up and like press that against it. You know, it's not that type of situation. I'm just going to attack.
Okay.
All right, as Ichi moves in, Adesso,
Duck.
steady.
Duck.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Awesome. 51 under 53.
Right on.
Roll some damage.
1d12. Here we go.
Skewer it, man.
That's a 7.
7. You see part of its carapace chip off, but it doesn't look like it did anything to this thing.
Okay, so it's like armored or something, Adesso.
Adesso.
Yeah.
Shoot it!
I'm going to shoot it again.
Okay.
My 10mm Delta Elite. 73. Under 78 with the 20% bonus.
All right.
Roll
Yeah,
me
so
some
I hit it.
damage.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Roll a d4 for me.
Got it. Do I want high or low?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. I got a
Ooh.
1.
Got a 1. You see one of its legs blow off of its body.
Okay.
So it's taken about 20-something points, 21 points now.
It releases one of its claws and tries to attack you in the neck, Adesso.
Yeah, do no called shot.
Shut up. It misses as its bony claw strikes the 12 gauge. 12 gauge is doing you wonders even now.
Yeah, man, this is like body armor, man. I love
Plate
it.
armor.
Each.
Right. All right, we're going to do the same thing again. Under 53. So 68.
Adesso.
Okay. I'm going to try to shoot it again.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see if I can blow it off me.
Oh shit, I forgot something, Adesso.
What's that?
It's still attached to you. I forgot to roll your damage.
Oh,
You have to do that next round. You forgot.
Take 3 points of damage
Ouch.
and another 2 points of strength damage.
Damn.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay, I am in deep trouble. I have to do something this round, or there's not going to be an Adesso in the next round. All right.
And there's not going to be any baby Adessos because I cut its egg layer off.
Yeah. Okay, 65 under 58, or 78 with the 20% bonus, which I will take now because I'm desperate. So I hit it again, I hope. That does hit it, right?
I don't know. You just said a bunch of numbers above and below, and
He said he killed it, handler.
gave
so
me
what-
latitude, longitude. I don't know what the fuck you
that's
hit,
that.
but you did.
The thing's moon is in retrograde.
Yep. All right.
What's the
It's
number?
my normal attack's got to get under 58. So I'll take the 20%, risking damage to myself if I fuck up. So with the 20%, it's under 78. I got a 68.
Okay. So roll your
hit.
damage.
And I will roll my damage. 4 points.
4 points.
Yeah, I
It's
can
still
roll really
going.
high on my D10s, but apparently when it comes to the D12, everything's in the single digits here.
It's still going. In fact, it's its turn.
Turned.
It's its turn.
Oh, sorry.
It attempts to bite at you with these little teeth that it has. Misses feebly. However, you do take some damage.
So do your dice.
2 points of health and 4 points of strength.
Ooh.
Well, that brings me down to exactly 0. I had 2
Zero
points
strength?
left. He did 2 points.
Adesso collapses to the deck. Each.
Yes. Guess it's time to go. I'll take one of the paintings before I go. Might be worth something, and then take off. Okay, so I'm going to attack. Does it remove itself from Adesso, or is it still clinging to his slumped body?
With Adesso now on the ground, it disengages and kind of reels back a little.
Okay.
And at this point, you see that its entire underbelly looks soft.
Okay. So those other those weren't misses. I was just hitting armor. Okay, that's fine. That makes my ego better. Okay. Well, is there a way to make a called shot on underbelly or no?
You would have to wait till your next turn to get the 20%.
Okay. And if I don't do it this turn,
It
I
will
can't
attack.
do anything. But I can't do anything like a dodge or anything like that, right? Because
No.
that counts as a turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will. I think. Yeah. I still think what I'm going to do is still attack it. I'm not going to. Yeah.
You could do this.
No, of course I can. Of course I can. I will refocus. Seeing that Adesso has fallen, has not dispirited me. It's like now I'm on my own. I am the only one I can count on.
Well, let's see.
All right.
Bring it home, Yakuza.
7 under 53 with the katana. And that will be for 12. This is for you, Adesso.
Hey, take him out, man.
It's an 11.
Avenge me.
What's the damage?
11.
11.
Nice.
Describe for me how you bisect this parasite.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
thing looked at me and went to engage, and it leapt, and I grabbed it. And as the thing is squirming, I closed the jack blade and opened it up right on it.
And you see it bisect and fall, still holding on to its upper piece as it twitches and then eventually becomes still. It's 2 legs up on top and 3 legs on the bottom, dormant. The boat starts to catch fire, smoldering.
Okay.
Adesso at your feet.
For a quick look, not that will take time, does he appear to be fallen due to blood loss or wounds, or because he's got this toxin in him? Or some other thing I wouldn't know about a toxin? Like his entrails aren't hanging out, his eyeballs not leaking, or his ears aren't leaking.
From all you can tell, this thing attached itself to him, and he appeared to get weaker the longer it stayed on him. You didn't see it really doing more. It tried to bury its tail in him. It was thwarted. It tried to bite. It was thwarted. It tried to maneuver its talons, but just over time, Adesso seemed to get weaker and weaker and eventually collapsed to his knees and then to his side.
Okay, well, I need to at least make a cursory check for these plates. I'm not going to worry about, like, what do I have time to do? Do I have time to kind of run around the room and check drawers, or do I need to
You
look
have
at where? Yeah.
5 places you can look. That's what I rolled.
Okay.
So consider those turns. So you tell me where you want to look. That's 1 turn.
Okay.
That one's
First
2
one's
turns.
the body. I want to see if Eugene has the dollar on him or anything. I have his phone.
Okay. You find the folded $10 bill on him.
Okay. I will pocket that. Where else can I look?
You've got the kitchenette. You've got the couch. You've got the head. You've got the cabinet and the head. You've got the table. You got the whole area. You've also got above where you have paintings, and then you have the command tower up on top.
Well, he was in the shitter when we came down, so I'm thinking that maybe he heard us stomping around and then was in the shitter. Probably not just pissing. And you said, okay, so I'm looking for the plates. They're not on him, right? I checked.
No.
Yeah, I'll check the bathroom, I guess, just real quick, because it's here. I'm gonna check the things that are closest. I don't have time to get to the tower and take Adesso up.
Tell me where you want to look. Got a cabinet and a shower.
And is there a toilet too?
There's a toilet too.
Is the bathroom one whole turn, or is it individual?
No, each individual thing would be a turn.
I'll check the back of the toilet where the water goes.
Nothing.
Like the tank, or does it have porcelain lids that you can lift up and jiggle the thing when it's running?
Yeah.
I want to check that real quick.
Okay. There's nothing in there.
Okay. So that's 2. Or is that 3?
2.
Okay. You said there's a cabinet and a shower?
There's a cabinet above the toilet and then a shower to the right.
I'll check the cabinet real quick.
Just towels, hand cloths.
Nothing under the towels, no shit hidden in there.
No.
All right, let's check the shower.
Shower. Pull the curtain
I'm
back.
running out
and
of stuff.
You see that there's a makeshift counterfeiting table in there. 2
In the
plates.
shower?
In the shower. That's where he's been doing this. There's a table in there with paper. You see that there's 2 plates for making these bills. You see there's a press in there, like a little hand press. It's obvious he's doing these one at a time. It's not a big machine thing. He's probably measuring out the paper and printing one at a time.
Mixing those inks together like he was doing with the metallic. Is that what the metallic green and red was then?
The luminescent green and metallic red, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, so I have the plates then
You have the plates.
and the dollar bill. So we're mission completely done. Now I just have to figure out how to get. Oh, actually, Adesso's not like Tony. So Adesso's like how much? How much does Adesso weigh, Tone?
Adesso weighs
He's not too
165
bulky.
pounds.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I want to grab Adesso and then I will figure out the best way to climb up those stairs and get off this boat.
Okay. And as you're going up the stairs, you could tell that it's really starting to smolder down below.
Thunk, 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 thunk. That's his head
Eugene-
on the stairs.
Yeah, Eugene's body has begun to be engulfed in flames. The whole downstairs galley is going up in flames as you make your way up to the second level, which is the ground, well, the base level.
Okay. And that's the one that goes to the dock, right?
Yeah, it's one with all the paintings that goes right out to the dock.
Okay. I will get Adesso off the boat and on the dock and do a quick check. Is there any sort of thing that I can do to make sure he's stabilized or is he dead?
I'll let you do a first aid check on him, but if it fails, he's done.
And if I don't do it, then what?
Then he'll probably be done anyways. But
Well,
you
there we
may
go.
have a better chance of maybe taking him somewhere, maybe somebody coming along, whatever. All I know is smoke is billowing out of the windows of this boat right now.
Uh-huh. I will take him then, and my first aid is at 10%. I would rather take him to the car,
Okay.
call Heisenberg, and see if we can get some kind of aid. Or maybe
As
the
you-
other guys know it.
As you run up the dock, you see the dock master come out, and he's looking at you carrying Adesso. He looks back at the muse, burning at this point, fully burning. And he says, what's going on, guys? What the fuck happened? What
He
happened to your
attacked us.
buddy?
He attacked us. My partner has fallen. I'm taking him to the hospital as soon as I can. Call for the fire department.
You want to put him down? Maybe I could stabilize him. I was a medevac in Nam.
There we go.
What's your first aid roll?
I don't ask you how big your cock is, do I?
The handler already knows I'm French, so we covered this earlier. I'm going to just go, okay. Like, so in Delta Green, so if he doesn't get this aid, is he dead, handler?
If he doesn't get help, he's going to die.
Right, but
It's
is
whether or
there
not you could get him where you need to get him in time.
okay. Well, I will risk Doc Master. What's his name?
I forgot.
Dr. Doc Master.
I think
There
it
we
was
go.
Harold, but I can't remember.
Dr.
Wait a minute,
Doc
I may have written that
Master.
down.
Wait. Let's see if Tone remembers.
No, I didn't write it down.
If anybody has this name,
I don't have it.
okay, I would have given you a
Chris?
gold doubloon. I would have gave you a
Nah, you
gold
don't
doubloon.
No point to hand out gold doubloons. Let's just get
John Parker.
Wrong. Okay. What do you want me to do, guys? You want me to try to give you a hand with this motherfucker?
Yes, he took some superficial stab wounds from the artist down there, but I don't know what
Holy shit,
these
guys!
blades have.
He runs back to his office. He comes out with a first aid kit, leans over him. As he begins to proceed doing this, make an observation check.
He's a little more tongue than usual.
60 under 70, so I'm good.
He rolled a 28. As he's bringing Adesso back, you notice there's something in his back pocket that's very bulky.
The Dr. Doc Master?
Yes.
Can I see what it is?
It's about
Does it look
3 inches by 2 inches by 8 inches, and it seems to have an antenna off the top of it.
Walkie talkie.
Shut up, Adesso. You're fucking dead.
Yeah, all right. all
well?
right.
I do I hear anything from it at all?
No.
Okay.
He pulls back. Adesso, you're still at 0, but it looks like you're partially stabilized for now.
Awesome.
As the dockmaster pushes away, you hear cars begin to pull into the parking lot. You see TEA Dalton get out with 6 men, including Ramsey. They start walking towards the two of you and the dockmaster. Dalton puts his hand back to keep Ramsey from going any further, and he says, "Agents, I'm going to need those plates."
And I'm going to need help for a deso. Seems like we both need something from the other.
We'll get him to a hospital stat. Give me the plates, and we'll guarantee his survival.
I will go, okay. Get a deso into the car. You and I will go together, and I will give you the plates in the car.
You and I together, and Odessa with the rest. Is that what you're saying?
I would like them, all of us together.
Okay.
So Adesso is with us.
He motions for 2 of his men to grab Adesso. They pick him up. They bring him to one of the large sedans. He's just like a limp noodle at this point. Gets him in the car, and he says, "Okay, Okami, or whatever your name is, get in, let's go."
Okay.
So is everybody in the same car?
Is this the Firebird?
Charger? Silver Charger?
Charger, yeah.
Is everybody in the same car then? Is that what you're wanting?
Yeah, because I wanted to have at least Adesso and myself and Ramsey
Okay.
in the car. Is it just us 3, or is there another man in here?
There's 2 men with Adesso in the back seat, Dalton and you. Ramsey stayed behind with the other men to get into another car. You're now in Dalton's Charger. He has reclaimed that at this point.
Yeah, okay.
As he starts pulling away, he says, "Just so you know, we're getting word over the wire that the Potomac Gardens apartments just blew up, and that Omega and Odin were in that building. Sorry you had to hear this."
Has their deaths been confirmed?
Nobody can get in the building right now. It's too hot. Even the firemen are waiting for it to cool down a little. They can't get inside.
Okay, well, I can't be concerned with people that I can't help. The one that I can help here is Agent Odysseus, and we need to get him to somewhere away from here.
I'm taking us to the hospital right now, but I need the plates.
Yeah. So I will, and so there's other men in the car, right?
There's 2 other men in the back seat, straddling Odessa. Straddling Odessa.
Okay. So can you refresh my memory again? Wasn't Dalton was one that kind of knew a little bit. Well, Ramsey knew a little bit about the weird stuff going on. Dalton is the one that actually freaked out and almost killed himself.
Right.
But who was our contact with Heisenberg?
Ramsey.
Okay, so
Well,
it's
he was
not-
the one that made the call to get the profilers down.
Yeah.
That's all. He doesn't
Okay.
know anything about DG.
Then how does Ramsey know about the plates then?
Well, Dalton's asking for the plates
I'm sorry, how does Dalton know about the plates?
because he works for the Treasury Department.
So
and they've been tracking counterfeit bills.
Okay, I was
and
just making sure that
It's highly probable that Baum had gotten in touch with him because he said he would contact him.
the who?
The manager at the bank.
Oh, right. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that because if I talk to him and his men are in the car, I don't want to be speaking a little too freely.
Okay.
It's like, okay, so back in the car. Each will reach around. Ichi will go into his pocket, remove the plates, and hand them to TE agent William Dalton.
Without looking, he grabs them and puts them in his jacket inside pocket. At that point, he flips on the lights. The sirens engage, and he starts moving through the streets much quicker and actually gets you to the hospital within about 45 seconds. His men take Adesso out of the back of the car, rush him right into the ER. Dalton looks at you each, and he just says, "Who are you? Just level with me."
I've told you who I am. To divulge any more information could be potentially dangerous for you and your men.
What has been going on with these plates? You can't tell me somebody was just counterfeiting one $10 bill at a time. That's just not conducive of making good money.
Well, apparently the one that created these is an artist, and who can explain artist types? That we've recovered them, that's enough. So out of game. We're supposed to bring the plates back to Heisenberg, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I gave you the plates to make sure that Agent Odysseus could get some care because he was almost killed. But now, Agent Dalton, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you for those plates back. And if you don't, you and your men will definitely be in danger.
Are you threatening me, Agent Okami?
I am not threatening you at all. I am telling you this to save you because I think you've seen a little of what we are dealing with these plates. What do these plates make, Agent Dalton?
$10 bills.
Do you remember the little episode that you had where I personally saved you from committing an act against yourself that was, how we say, irreversible?
Barely.
You remember what you were doing prior to that?
Texting my ex-wife.
And prior to that, you were in the medical examiner's office. And there were certain items that potentially came from these plates that you were in contact with.
Yeah. So
Anything
what are you saying?
more? Well, I'm not saying anything. I'm saying, though, that I cannot leave you in possession of these plates. And it's for your own good that you do not keep with these, because I have to return these plates to someone.
He looks at you with the steel in your eyes. And he looks away. He can't meet the gaze. He's a younger man. He reaches into his jacket pocket. You see the handle of his sidearm. And he pulls the plates out. And he just hands them over. He doesn't look at you. He's defeated at this point. And he just says, take them. I don't want to see you guys in my town anymore. I don't want to know anything else.
Hopefully you never will. And just consider this payback for me saving your life. You just potentially saved mine. You definitely helped save Agent Odysseus's and the lives of your men. And the quicker that we are out of here, the better for everyone involved, myself included.
And how much of this shit does Ramsey know?
Ramsey knows as much as you do, though he seems a bit more attuned to some of the things that could potentially be going on.
As you're talking to him, you see his two guys returning back to the car. They get inside the car. They look at the two of you and they say, your partner's in the ER right now. They're running some tests.
Is he awake?
Not yet. They're not sure what's going to happen with him right now, honestly.
Okay. Show me the way. And then as we're going there, I would like to be making a call to Heisenberg.
Okay. One of the guys gets out of the car and shows you, go down the hallway, make a right, follow the yellow line. They'll take you right to the ER. And then he goes back to the Charger. Dalton takes off with his two guys, leaving you at the hospital.
Okay. And what's Odysseus doing?
As you look through the window, you see the doctors have got him hooked up to a ventilator. They're running blood samples through him, trying to flush whatever it is out of him, working as hard as they can, pumping chemicals into his IV.
Okay. I'll find a spot where I can make the call to Heisenberg then that will be uninterrupted or out of earshot of people.
Okay. Odesso,
Yep.
roll me a d20.
Got it.
The
15.
15. Okay. Go ahead, each.
situation has been taken care of. We've retrieved every item that we needed to retrieve. Odesso fell and is currently at DC Memorial. He took some damage. I don't know how this affects or compromises the mission. Potentially we could use someone of an extraction team to take us here. but I wanted to make sure that Agent Odysseus was at least stable before we moved him.
What about Rice and Coldwell?
I heard there was a fire at the apartment buildings that they were investigating. I don't have any confirmation if they've survived it. I was going to look into that after I briefed you.
For fuck's sake, each. Does it have to do with those dead prostitutes?
As far as I know, that was not what I myself and Odysseus were investigating.
Ah, damn it. They were supposed to stay on mission. What the fuck? All right.
How do
Stay
we
with
proceed from
Odesso.
here?
See what happens with him. I'm going to try to raise him on the horn.
Are we concerned that Odysseus is here? He took what was some damage from something that was potentially not of this area, not of DC origins. Are you concerned that he's here, about the questions that will be potentially asked by police from the area? How do you say we proceed?
I don't know what kind of damage he took. I don't know. I mean, is it bullet holes? Has he got half his fucking leg chewed off? Well, I don't. You not
No.
tell me what kind of damage he's got. I don't know what to say.
He took some sort of damage from some sort of thing that is not native to this area, some sort of toxins. We were able to stabilize him, and he is currently in the ICU, and they're treating him. It's probably nothing they have ever seen in their life or any of their ancestors' lives.
Okay. Stay close to him, and I'll try to get a hold of Coldwell and Rice.
I will as well.
Coldwell, your phone begins to ring in your pocket.
Since I'm driving right now, I'm going to toss it towards Omega. Omega, check this out. Who's giving us a ring?
Read my shit.
Do I turn left here? 500 meters?
I open the phone. Omega.
Rice?
Yeah. Who's this?
It's your fucking daddy. Who the hell you think it is? Where's
Eisenberg?
Coldwell at?
Coldwell's with me. We've been through the shit.
Great. Glad to hear it. I'm glad you're still alive. Listen, get your guys' asses over to DC Memorial. Hook up with each. Arrange to get Odesso out of that hospital stat. Get your asses back over to the Ronald Reagan Airport. I'm going to get you 3. I'm going to get you 4 on a flight back home.
Whoa. Slip of the tongue.
Yeah, we don't know if Odesso's going to make it.
Will we have somebody waiting for us at the airport?
Yeah, I will be. The line goes
Did you? Okay. I'm like, Coldwell.
Sorry, wrong number.
Back at the hospital, the doctors come out. They see you each standing close by the ER, and he comes up to you and he says, sorry, do you know the gentleman that was just brought in here a few moments ago?
Yes, he's my partner.
Well, I'm very happy for the two of you.
Is my associate.
It was pretty touch and go for a while there, but it looks like we got him stabilized. Apparently he had some kind of a neurotoxin in his system, something I've never seen before. Mind telling me where he got that?
Yeah, actually, that's I'll show him my badge. That's currently in an open investigation that I'm not at liberty to give you information on. I appreciate your candor and your discreetness on this.
As he's talking to you, Coldwell and Rice show up and they're walking through. And the doctor looks at you, Okami, and he says, well, I'm afraid, Agent, I'm going to need more than that. And before you could reply, Detective Ramsey walks up and says, no, you don't, Doc. They're with me. And I'll see you guys in the epilogues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping Ramsey'd make another show.
Out of game, are the bills unfolded?
No, they're folded still.
Oh, they're just still folded. So just simply looking at the folded bills, that seems to be out of context because we've had everybody look at the bills before and haven't had to make a sanity check. What changed?
You haven't looked at the bills before.
We saw them, right? We knew
No.
that they were folded. They said that they were no.
No, you haven't.
We've just heard about it.
You just heard about it. You haven't seen the folded bills. This is the first time you guys have actually been in the same room with the folded currency.
They've only okay. So no one else has had to make a sanity check, even NPCs or gone insane. This is the first time. Am I correct?
Dalton made a sanity check and failed.
Right. That's why he killed himself. But
No, he's
whoever
still alive.
collected these things.
He's still alive.
Lotta, the doctor, failed.
Lotta, the
Lotta
doctor failed. Who collected them? Going backwards, have we had any reports that any of the evidence techs that have collected these bills have gone insane?
No.
The answer is no. I don't have any notes on it.
There's a
unless I
reason
missed it.
why, though.
Okay.
Because the blood spatter, the gouts of blood covered the bills.
Okay. Let's work that into our detail. And this will be the first time when there's no blood on the bills. Is that what we're looking at?
That's what you're looking at because
Okay.
somebody scraped the
looking.
bills.
Somebody scraped the bills. It was Lotta that scraped the bills.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well
All
put
right. Let's
together.
well, no,
No, I'm saying I've already thought about that too. Like, how are these things being transported and whatnot? So
okay.
Well, we can
this
cover
is
that
this is
part.
really good.
okay.
So we have to let the audience know that. So the question is,
Well, somebody's got to look at the bills to know that, though.
Well, we can do that, I think, after
Yeah.
this situation where you and I can talk about this. Like, we can't do it right now. We're separated, and
Right.
you haven't seen the bills yet, and I haven't really
Okay,
seen
so
them yet.
Sammy, you pocketed the bills,
Yeah.
just so you know, because we're cutting all this out too. You only grabbed 2 of the 6, so
Well, is the
I'm
my
just
next
letting you know.
question was: is there other evidence boxes in there that have that?
yes, there are.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember when I first described the room. There were 3 plastic boxes on the counter.
Mhm.
One said Archer or whatever the names were. Fuck, I don't remember the names.
Yeah. My second thing to do would be go through the other boxes.
Okay. Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora Radio, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, be sure to leave us that 5-star rating and review. Don't forget about our YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20. So if you're into watching and you want to help support this show, then head on over and hit that subscribe button. It really does help the show out. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted over there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next time, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.